Спасибо. Все подключено. Отключить режим. Включаем Dragon Age. Взлетает, не взлетает. Так, мы с вами прибыли в Арзамар. Будем что делать? Дом труба шатать. Правильно. Божечки, это Шейла, да? Я сквозь нее смотрю. Капец, страшно, вырубай. Сейчас надо глянуть. Все ли работает? Чат, да. Все работает. Окей. Итак, мы пошуршали. У нас есть квест. Что у нас в сумке лежит? Вильгельмово пиво.
Most kind.
Загрузить. Не ей. Все-таки не ей. Так.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter. No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dusttown. Guess I'm shutting it down. Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Только один.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? Oh, I actually was talking to your companions, or are you from the surface too? Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
Минуточку.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Так. Дагну нам надо отправить в... Правильно.
Does that lead out to the deep road?
Проход я наблюдаю в зашонке.
I hear they're crawling with darkspawn.
Going.
И у нас апнулась магия. 12 уровень. Землетрясение. Силовое поле, конечно. Это очень полезная спелка. Очень-очень полезная спелка.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Окей. Так. Nug.
For a tiny people, they certainly build high ceilings.
Это что это оружейник Джанмар?
Ancestors. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? I can move aside. I don't have much to bring them.
I just started. Так. Чем
My
ты
name is
молишься?
Silda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by Darkspawn that way. How? There is no way except to brave the deep roads yourself. A warden. So you could do it. Only wardens face the deep roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good Widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
Так, wait a second. I need...
I hope that is someone being murdered and not simply singing.
Sod it all, the exile. Never thought I'd see your face in the Commons. Never thought I'd be glad to either. But this can only help Balin. Whether he forgives you or you scare people, it's another crack in the old way. He has the legitimate claim, thanks to your failed grab. You abused the old ways, and now he has a chance to change them. I see where the gold is. It flows topside. Balin will guide us to adopt a new way. Of course, he can't come out and say that. You among them, I suppose, as though you or Harrowmont would have nothing to gain. How would I know? Nobody here is a paragon. The scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade. I'll take your gold. You're good.
Pigeon crap.
Yes. Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Vashaden.
Indeed.
Maker's blessing on you, sister. Ah, it's a great pleasure to meet a fellow believer. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. The Shaperate controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting. Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please, let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Oh, how dear. Yes.
Grey Warden or no, keep your nose.
You're not welcome here, exile. I don't care if you're a Grey Warden. I liked your brother. If you need to speak to one of my patrons, do it quickly. But don't expect me to serve you. Yes, and he disgusts me as much as ever. But with him, you know what you're getting. I expected more from you. That I could believe, but don't think I'll take your word on it. Now what do you want here? Good. Now stop cluttering up my bar.
Afternoon, stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew? Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself? You don't say. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the Deep Roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dukan, Dunka... something like that. I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the Deep Roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines. Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live. I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs. Watch yourself. Orzammar politics are getting near as dangerous as battle.
I'm afraid to walk the
There's an ale out there with my name on it.
Greetings to you.
Told him I don't understand whether
We've a bit of stew on the fire.
I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me.
Good day to you.
A plate of your best.
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. So I'm curious. You've been living on the surface, right? Does it function any worse than Orzammar for having abolished caste? You don't get far as the youngest and most outspoken member of the Assembly without keeping an ear to the stone. I heard the Princess was back and had become a Grey Warden. With the company you keep, it wasn't hard to guess. But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the Assembly. Orzammar is so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary. Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality. I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. but I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning. As you wish.
I hope they have a nug on the fire.
They're everywhere! What? Get away! You'll change like the rest! Monsters hidden in all my friends! There's things older than Darkspawn. And once you're in the story, they find you. See? I found copies. All from the same pen, and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass! Take them! I want out! I won't disappear chasing a lie! I won't!
This,
Bottles
my
all
friend,
around?
is a pint.
Huh.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But you're the best wrangler I've ever seen. You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. I trust Vala, my nug-wrangling friend.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's Luxury Goods Shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying? Right. Yeah, I have some lovely things here. Lyrium enhanced, of course.
Horse feathers. Indeed. Interesting. Interesting. A fine gift. You have my thanks. What have you there? A mirror? You could not know it, but I possessed something very similar long ago. I stole such a mirror from a village, and Flemeth was enraged at my carelessness. She destroyed it, much to my dismay. It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something in return, certainly. You say that as if I should be accustomed to such a thing. I have never received a gift, not one which did not come at a price. I suppose I should say thank you for the gift. 'Tis most thoughtful, truly. Blast and damnation! Yes.
So
I did
the
not
close... So you live to the surface, the higher class you are. Unless you're actually on the surface.
Raise your voice in support of Lord Harrowmont, the one true king of Orzammar and future savior!
Welcome to Lord Harrowmont's estate.
Lord Harrowmont sends his greetings, exile. He was surprised to see you back here. That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties. Lord Harrowmont always had too much affection for you. But I know you Idukans and your thirst for glory. If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. That would be enlightening, though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Harrowmont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Yes.
It is a relief to see you alive.
Lord Harrowmont was hoping you'd return.
It is sad that Indran didn't get
You
to
must
see
be
you
under
before he
great
died.
strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
All right.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
I hope you'll support Lord Harrowmont.
News of the hour! Does Lord Harrowmont think that Orzammar can hold off the dwarves forever? The Assembly demands an answer.
So this is the seat of the...
Greetings.
Trian was a good man. What you did was unforgivable.
All right.
Now let's see which one.
Yes.
going.
I tried to be merciful.
Enough. Immediately.
Come and get it!
My magic will make
You
Let's do this
force our
quickly,
hands.
shall we?
What's going on? By the ancestors.
Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things. Thanks again, Warden.
Yes. All right.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions. Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. So it's true. The exile has returned, and we are to treat you as a respected guest. It's the one perk to this position, child. Or should I call you Warden? I'm glad to hear the surfacers are making use of your talents. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne. Troubling, but it will still seem distant compared to the empty throne. The assembly is blind to all else. I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
I heard you had returned to his exile. What insult do you mean by coming here? I won't be passing that message on, Exile. Your brother will be king soon. He's the one who decides who lives and who dies.
Oh, yes. Thief! Who would... Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine! He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Perhaps you should stand over there instead.
Excuse me, I can't chat. Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I, don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope.
наверное... А слышно сейчас? А сейчас? Капец, я все это время была замученная. То есть с момента, когда я переключалась... Почему тебя не слышно? Потому что это тормоз. Потому что я тут настраивала кое-чего и выключала звук, ну, паузу нажимала. Ладно. Это все очень здорово. Я слоупок. Официальное заявление. Ну что ж. Перчатки усердия. Что за поиски? Гномья народная песня. Нас не интересует. Пам-пам-пам-пам-пам-пам-пам. Что тут? Легион мертвых. О, Легион мертвых — это хорошо. Мы с ними встретимся. Да, камень приветствует тебя, друг. Ты будешь без перерыва сражаться в Легионе мертвых. Девиз Легиона мертвых. Легион принимает всех. Так сказал мне один из легионеров. Гном, молча ожидавший, пока к выходу на глубинные тропы соберутся другие легионеры из его отряда. Они подходили неспешно, облаченные в прочную броню и превосходно вооруженные, разрисованные мрачными узорами, которые нанесли прошлой ночью на своих похоронах. Да, такова суть Легиона. Все его воины мертвые. В Легион может вступить любой гном, если он готов добровольно отречься от всего, что имеет. Похоронный обряд проводится всерьез, и ректор прощается с родными, близкими и любимыми, раздает наследникам имущество и произносит последнее слово. После этого все кончено. Новый легионер выходит на глубинные тропы и больше не возвращается. Легионеры бьются с порождениями тьмы до последней капли крови, нещадно поражая чудовищ, которые отняли у них почти всю древнюю родину. Многие поступают в легион, чтобы очистить репутацию, преступники вступают в легион, чтобы избежать наказания, опозоренные вступают в легион, чтобы из-за них не пострадали дома и семьи, банкроты вступают в легион, чтобы им простили долги. Очень немногие вступают в легион ради славы, но легион принимает и таких. Отряд надеется добраться до легендарной крепости Банамар, которая некогда служила пристанищем легиону и связана с величайшей из гномьих совершенных Банамар. Священное место и его потеря стала самым тяжелым ударом по гномьему королевству за последние годы, а его освобождение станет знаком грядущей победы для всего Арзамара. Однако же освободить Банамар или нет, всем этим воинам суждено погибнуть на глубинных тропах. Печальная мысль, и я теперь понимаю, почему гномы говорят, что атака легиона в бою самое страшное в мире зрелище, им больше нечего терять. Мы там немножко пошухарим в этом Банамаре и потроллим легионеров. Это будет чуть позже. Ну, нас так просто на гномьи тропы не пустят, на глубинные тропы не пустят. Ну что, пошли с летописцем общаться. Пора, сохранились.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
Я ваша принцесса.
Your exile is written in the memories, Warden. I am sorry, but Orzammar cannot be your home, nor I your Shaper. We must all obey the Ancestors' rules. That is an odd request. Have you grown so fond of the Surfacer's ways in your brief absence? I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the Ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? What sort of charities do you mean? I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? Perhaps the books here can make up for the lack of attention you paid your elders. We were a great empire once, and our land stretched through the deep roads. Kal Shirak was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
Минуточку. Как будет скидка по-украински? Знижку? Так-то я... Точніше за... Тім не хочу віддавати. Так, где находится
At the
Kalshirok?
other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kalshirok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us. The Paragon Caridin, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the Darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. Yes, we have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunately, was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery. I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloadlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shatgyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
Так, сорян, бо я тут немножечко еще занимаюсь ростовщичеством. В общем, тут лего детское продаем и хотят. Ладно, тоді давайте. Так. Ви готівкою? Та розраховуватись. Чи на карту? Вкотрі. Десь об 11 зможете приїхати? Как же лишенные касты?
The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born.
Yeah,
their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young. Their births are not recorded in the memories. In Orzammar, they do not exist. Is there something more pleasant you wish to discuss? All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to Paragon. A Paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
Как объявление будет? Господи, у меня все украинские слова из головы пылят. Оголошення. Я деактивую оголошення. Тоді. Так.
There is one paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status.
В общем, забей. 0,50, 172 тысячи. Да, поделиться.
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned. Perhaps the books here can make up for the lack of attention you paid your elders. We were a great empire once, and our land stretched through the deep roads. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
Подождите своим ходом. Дотягнуто. Так, хватит истории, вернемся. Да, все,
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Так, мы здесь разобрались, погнали. Скажем нашему братану, братишке. Ну, дивіться. Воно важке. Так.
News of the hour. Lord Haramont entrenched in the past. How long can he ignore that Orzammar must change to survive?
Але як знаєте. Они типа с мужем хотят вместе приехать и тащить это все в руках. Ну объемный, ладно. Ну, хотят пускай. Я думала предложить типа отвезти им на Троещину недалеко.
Branka didn't go alone, Oghren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
Побратим, так сказать.
I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teach.
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman. Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled. I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than I can say for that useless sod.
Так.
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branka. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
Денежков завтра заберу для детей.
It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Oghren wants to keep risking lives searching.
Господи, прекратите меня кошмарить-то.
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith, and Oghren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Так, я объявление деактивировала. Завтра с утра приедут.
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked if found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly a third. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Bronca, Oghren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. It's been 2 years since the search teams who went out found nothing, but Oghren wants... She's still...
Пошли. Пошли. Если хочешь идти, иди. Да перестаньте мне писать.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia's not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
Давай, зайдем, посмотрим, что вы доклепались до
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
You get out of here. This is private business. Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't. Whoa, whoa! All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Чё вы побежали? Я драться, убивать, убивать.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude. She's a monster, plain and simple. The Carta used to prey only on their own kind, but since Jarvia stepped in, they even dare the upper city. Whoever takes the throne had better root out the whole nest of them. That Carta's worse than a pack of cave rats. I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Показывай свои lowest prices. Продать, продать, да, продать, да, продать. Я бомж. Я бомж несчастный. Перчатки усердия. Блин, жалко продавать, конечно. Поиск истинного пророка. А что это вообще? Ладно, накрафчу себе сама. Сделай сама, называется. Пошли. А, нам же еще надо сходить в круг магов. Договориться за Дагну. Брат, братан, братишка.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper. Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
Конечно, мы посетим вашу первую службу. А пока еще не открытая. Просто радуется. Так. Мне нужно где-то наколдовать 40 золотых. Ты
Blood. Indeed.
Нет.
Blast and damnation.
Yes.
Ты и ты мне нужен. Да. Все, погнали на испытание. Сейчас мы будем Белину очков тирать. Натирать или еще что угодно делать. Мудак он, в общем. Изначально, конечно, хотелось бы. Думаешь, не башня станет каким-нибудь такой, как раньше?
I don't know. A great number of people died. It will be difficult to imagine rebuilding, with that cloud hanging over everything for many years to come.
Do you think you'll be there? To help rebuild, I mean, once this is all over with?
I cannot say. Even if I survive this blight, I am a very old woman, Alistair.
Why? Because of some grey hair? You are a formidable woman, Wynne. You could see that it happens.
I think you overestimate the number of years I have left. But perhaps you were right. Or perhaps the memories of what happened there will be too strong for me to face.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, it's good to have someone that believes in me, so... Now, if I could only feel the same way myself, that would be something.
That would be something. Мы готовы выступать на соревнованиях, на испытаниях? Мы готовы выступать на испытаниях.
The Proving Grounds. Bloodsport entertainment for the masses, at its best.
Basil, привет.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me?
Well,
that sounded genuine. If you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything. I left the Proving on my own business, and I have no intention of discussing it.
Хармот очень расстроен, что родственник отказался от него.
Look, it's just when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Rebecca. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other.
Мы еще не знакомы с ним. Он не представляется. Выходит, тебя шантажируют.
She's married to a prominent Desher's heir. We should have stopped a long time ago, but I love her. Do you know what that's like? Now Balin found out, and I can't even help my cousin for fear he'll tell her husband. There's no way to guarantee that. I appreciate the thought, but they really have me over a shaft here. They have letters. Love letters Revelka wrote me. If they were made public, she'd be disgraced. Her husband would cast her aside, and I would be lucky to be allowed to die in a duel. You'd do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. Balin's fighter Miaja has the letters. If you make sure she never shows them to anyone, I'll fight for Haremont again. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Да, я знаю. Пошли искать. Так, нам распорядителю не надо пока. Тут засранец. Можем с тобой поговорить?
Watch for Piotr Idukan. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record. Usadig Bet, first cousin, son of Endrin's own sister, and a second cousin from the Canoldan Idukan line. When he was alive, Prince Trian called Piotr the horns of the Idukan army. Better believe I saw your victory last year. Nice one. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean. Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior. They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets.
Ты мне
I'm
нервишки
telling you,
не
Pioten
дергай,
will
мне
take the
наши
prize. You can put
тиммейты
gold on it.
подергали уже, и нервишки, и все на свете, блин. Очко сгорело нахрен. Ты, мяджа, тварь. Ой, сюдой, не сюдой. Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту, пиу.
All right.
Пиу.
Go away. I don't talk to admirers until after the fight.
Уходи, дверь закрой. О гномьих правилах. Чего? Не то нажала. Ключ к городу. Боже, тут длинное, не хочу читать.
This area is off limits. Combatants only. You want to talk? Enter the proving. I speak with my blades.
I speak with my blades. Окей. Я тоже. Пиотин.
Guards, remove this intruder.
Боже, какие все высокомерные твари. Вообще, фу, такими быть здесь не надо нам. Нам нужно найти Базила. Вот мы его уже... Сейчас вернем ему письма. И кто-то там еще был. В другую сторону, наверное, вдоль. Да.
The proving's almost starting. I should leave if you haven't found... Where did you get those? No, I don't want to know.
Я даже знать не хочу, просто спасибо, да.
I can't say what it means to know my Revelka is safe.
Ревелька.
I will be glad to fight for Harrimont in the provings. Thank you again, friend.
Thank you again, friend. Это я помогать. Пошли сюда. Рошен.
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before my fight.
Гвидон, вот он.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before.
Не знаешь меня, думаю, не особо интересуешься политикой.
I'd never speak ill of Lord Harrimont, but things get more complicated when you mix in politics. Were I you, I'd follow my example. Resign and let Harrimont fight his own battles. I'm Guidon, by the way. It's been a pleasure. I bet he did. That man thinks nothing is beneath him. Well, you could just tell him I had my reasons. It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source Lord Harrimont's already given up the throne. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes. Oh? And where did you hear this, that's more reliable than a member of the Assembly? I suppose there's nothing his lordship would do without consulting Dulin. He's always been his top man. Maybe you're right. I'm just a warrior. I've always tried to stay out of these noble politics. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, Maybe I will at that.
Забияка. Это я. Я забияка. Забью и не спрошу имени. Вот так вот. Вот Джек.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Лорд Тарвианак. Волный.
You looking at something?
Тарвианак. Тарвианак. О, Ханашан.
Don't take it personally. Hanashan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone. I'm surprised to hear that question from a woman like you. Do you not know of Astith the Grey? The original woman warrior? The Silent Sisters are her followers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor. I am Farinden. I serve as Hanashan's trainer and translator. As a Silent Sister, Hanashan cut out her tongue like the... As you might imagine, she requires my services. The Silent Sisters support the sitting king. They are loyal servants to the Aidukans. May the ancestors choose their champion.
Все, пошли. Так. Нам надо. Где выход, блин? Ме? Да. Побежали.
My lady Aidukun, everyone thought you were dead. What are you doing back?
Я буду драться на стороне лорда
I guess I
Харумонта.
should have seen that coming. Bad blood with your brother and all.
Вечная
Let me just
вражда,
put you
да
into
вы
the schedule
шутите.
here. Now, is there a particular name you wish listed?
Можешь Середа и Серая Стража. Как хочешь, так и назову.
I'll just call you Grey Warden, since you're no longer of House Aidukun. We actually have an opening in the
Покинула.
first
Меня
round.
предали
Are you
и
ready to start?
пытались убить. Покинула.
Looks like Suwern's drawn first bout. He was one of the youngest champions ever. Beat his own father at 12 years old. All for the right to earn his battle status 2 years early. Are you ready to start? That's what I like to hear. I will warn you though. This is your last chance to make preparations or meet the competition. Once the fights begin, do you want to start or would you like some time? Go down to the ring then. I'll be right there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. First up is Suwern of the Warrior Caste. Many of you remember when Suwern made history as a lad of 12 by defeating his own father in this very ring. Today, he fights as a champion for Prince Balin. Opposing him, in Lord Heramont's name, is a member of the famed Grey Wardens.
In the name of House Aidukun and our future King Balin.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Ha!
Pew.
Let's wipe them out quickly!
Отдыхай.
The winner is the Grey Warden!
Это я, да. Обляпалась кровью.
That was an exciting start, Warden. Suwern is rarely trounced, and so thoroughly. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Кто мой следующий противник?
Next, you're up against Miaja and Lukjan. As twins, they've always been allowed to fight as a single person.
Нормально
They're
вообще.
warrior caste, but their
Нормально?
mother was a smith,
Вообще не
so watch out
читерство.
for Miaja's hammer. And don't forget Lukjan. Most fighters do, and end up with a knife in their spine. Are you ready to begin? All right then, I'll see you out there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. This round, Heramont's champion takes on the notorious duo, the warrior caste twin terrors, now fighting for Prince Balin, Miaja and Lukjan.
May the stone honor you.
When you fall.
Идет агресс, которая вас накормлю, пусть будет приятно на вкус.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Па-пара-пара-пам. Пам. Пам. Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту.
And I'm off. Going.
Так.
Going.
Давай перестань. Нельзя бить девушек. Известных.
The winner is the Grey Warden!
Можно без аплодисментов, да, я старалась.
Well, that was an exciting bout. 2-on-1, and you took them both easily. Are you ready for your next opponent? Well, this bout should be quick and dirty. You'll be fighting Hanashan, one of the legendary Silent Sisters. She's a ferocious fighter, and dedicated enough to cut out her own tongue. Are you ready to begin? All right then, I'll see you out there.
Пока у меня яд еще держится на клинках, надо пиздить.
This is a
Да хватит,
We'll find out, and to our... First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Fight! Из подветренной. Пиу. Пиу.
How about you then? Look over there. Oh, you want to die? Yes.
Как сделать чайные пакетики?
The winner is the Grey Warden. Paramount will be pleased, Warden. The Silent Sister support was a great boost for Balin. Are you ready for your next opponent? This should be a good match. You'll battle Wojek Ivo, master of all weapons, prisoner of none. He makes it a point never to use the same technique twice. Are you ready to begin? All right. Master of all weapons, prisoner of none. Wojek Ivo has never won the same way twice. What will he do today, lords and ladies? And will it win the day for Prince Balin? Grey Warden, choose your second, for you face Wojek Ivo and Valance.
You honor me.
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
Так это я Бейзила позвала, да?
And I'm off.
Get that blood flowing!
All right.
Get that blood flowing!
На меня повесили метку смерть. Видите, какая красивая, красненькая, красненькая, все, я поехавшая.
Wojek Ivo is one of the best this arena has seen, Warden. Haremont picked wisely. Are you ready for your next opponent? This is the championship round. A full squad-on-squad combat. Piotr Naidukan leads the same team he's taken to victory in over a dozen Deep Roads expeditions. Are you ready to face the final test? May the ancestors choose wisely. Only 2 warriors remain. Fighting for his royal cousin Balin, Piotr Naidukan has led his team to triumph over every unit so far. Challenging him on behalf of Lord Haremont, the Grey Warden has risen from nothing to stand at the competition summit. Each will lead a full unit of 4 soldiers to see once and for all whom the ancestors favor.
You should not have returned, Exile. You are a disgrace to House Idukan.
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
Чё это? Ладно. Правая рука Пётина. Так. Ты вот это. Ты вот это. Вот это. Вот это. Ах ты тварь, у тебя устойчивость. Так, ладно. Вин. Что ты можешь? Ты... Давай. Вот. Полетела чуть-чуть. Окей. Ты сюда бьешь. Ты сюда бьешь. А ты... Сюда.
Yes.
Так, стоп. Стэн, не умирай. Пожалуйста, не умирай. Ты же должен гореть. 6. Алистер. Давай подавление на него. Блять. Мне выпилили Стэна. Ладно. Воскрешай давай. Жри аптечку. Хиль. Где-то говно. Да блин, ты серьезно вообще? Вин. Ладно. Давай. Все, а теперь хиль его. Пока там занят. Так, есть. Алистер. Развей. Так, ты. Вот так. Вот так. Ты. Вот это. Теперь со спины. Стэн, давай как-то, я не знаю, активнее. Ты. Сдюхай, ты вот так. Все, теперь запинаем. Вали его на пол, ломай ему палец. Палец ломаем. Не то, что подумали. Все, запинали.
The winner is the Grey Warden.
Конечно, мерзкий тип.
Congratulations! You defeated the man Prince Trian himself once called the Horns of my army. Do you deny this Grey Warden has earned the championship? Then it is my honor to declare this Grey Warden champion of the Proving, who has shown that the ancestors favor Lord Heremont. The ancestors speak through you. Congratulations, Warden.
You showed them. The ancestors are smiling on Lord Heremont today.
Так, куда это? А, здесь можно. Все F5. Давайте, нелегальные
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told me they hope to see you in the Provings. It's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action.
Informal action.
Assembly restricted. Some of us prefer an honest... Say the word. They're a hungry bunch who employ unusual tactics. The younger houses are interested in unorthodox tactics. Many hire mercenaries. We give small payouts. Maybe a bonus from time to time. But this... We've got some young fighters ready to go.
Так.
As you say.
Мах крови, ебать. Нормально. Убить. Все, убили. Вин, а ты не хочешь куда-нибудь
Down you go.
This will take forever. Are you joking? Surely you're joking.
I am wounded.
Блин, Стэн, что ты такой бомж?
As you wish.
Ладно, Вин, давай, все, я поняла. Да, его пиздят. Он запинали просто в стену, конечно. Бать. Ты что вообще творишь-то?
Ready. Immediately.
Отпусти, не мучай. Ты чё?
Immediately.
Ладно. Так уж и быть, сожру хилку. Охренеть. Давай, воскрешай, дурачка.
Let's grab some glory.
Going.
A bit more dying.
Что? Ладно, я поняла. Охренеть. Мне тут чуть-чуть попиздю.
Hey, no trampling my comrade.
As you say.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts. Let me know if you want to go again. I'll be here.
Сколько мне заплатят? 12 серебряных монет за аптечку. А, нет, подожди, я... Да, конечно. Что у меня? У меня кашель с кровью.
Ready for some unofficial training up? We've got...
Так. Ctrl-A. Вот сюда. Ты ему четверочка.
Immediately.
Вы заебали.
Your orders?
Можно как-то? Так, ясно. Ясно. Стэн сейчас подъедет нахрен. Да вы рофлите. Чем меня так месят-то, господи? Нужен реагент для возгонки. Окей.
Ваша!
So be it.
Ясно, понятно. Ясно, понятно. Так. Ясно, понятно. Ясно, понятно.
You wanna die? And I'm off. Going. And I'm off.
Можно мне как-то по нему попасть? Пожалуйста.
Are you joking? Surely you're joking.
Так.
Where now?
Point me. And I'm off.
Ты единичкой давай бахни.
Yes?
Have at you then!
And I'm off.
Что-то нас ебут, а мы включаем. Ладно, давай сделаем вот это вот витязя все. А вот этому мы сделаем чеку. А у него этот иммунитет, охренеть, блин. Что ты встанешь, может быть, разлегся, дурачок. Вот это меня пинают.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts. Let me know if you want. I'll be here.
Хотите воровать? Я за 12 серебра так надрывать очко не стану. Спасибо. Так. Где, блин, выход? Выпустите меня отсюда. Выпустите меня отсюда.
Congratulations and well fought. My cousin was wise to choose you.
Конечно. Choose me. У кого еще choose? Так.
You know, you never did tell me how you...
Знаешь, никогда не рассказал, как убивал время,
You
пока
passed
сидел
the
в
time in that
клетке.
cage for so long.
No, I didn't.
So... what did you do in there?
A training exercise. I would observe an object, and then try to think of all the words in your language which began with the same letter as its name.
That... Wait, just wait. You're joking again, aren't you?
No.
You are not telling me that you played I Spy against yourself for 20 days?
There are a lot of things in Lothering that begin with G.
Ох. Так. Мне нужно к кабачикам.
Ха.
Atrasvala, champion. I hear your performance in the proving was nothing short of amazing. I must thank you for bringing both Baisel and Guidon back into the fight. His lordship was touched to see his old friends stand for him. There can no longer be any doubt where your sympathies lie. If you're ready, Lord Harrowmont will see you now.
Превосходно,
His
веди
lordship
меня.
is eager to see you again.
Здравствуй, дядька. Здравствуйте.
Your father missed you sorely in his final days. I am glad you found a new place among the Grey Wardens. I've a broken heart, in my view. Some say Balin poisoned him, but I never left Endrin's side, and I don't see how. Balin did kill him, but only by what he did to you. He knew what a poor king Balin would make. He saw it sooner than the rest of us. One of his last requests was that I carry out his wishes as Orzamar's next king. It was the greatest honor of my life. House Aeducan ruled for 9 generations through talent and honor, not by right. It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood. Once I would have agreed, but that caravan is long gone. House Aeducan struck your name from its records. If you went before the Assembly now, you would be a casteless surfacer, with no support in Orzammar. For us, the Darkspawn are a constant menace, so a blight may not elicit the same urgency you are used to. Ultimately, the Assembly decides what troops to send. If they no longer fear civil war, they'll have no reason to hold back. If you want my support to count, I will have to be king. And right now, there is no sure way to get there. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the criminal Carter she runs? The Assembly receives pleas every day from the common folk, begging that something be done about her. So far, no one has managed. Jarvia hides her base in Dusttown, the raw edges of the city where no one lives but casteless and criminals. If you would help me in this, it would show the Assembly that I, and not Balin, have the ability to defend and rule this city. Do this, and I promise if I take the throne, I will not stop until the Assembly sends your troops. Look for Jarvia in Dusttown. Do whatever it takes to see that justice is served.
In Dusttown. Да.
His lordship appreciates your support.
Конечно. Всю грязную работу за него делай. Appreciate my support. Говнюк. Взял, обломал меня. Ладно. Иди взять денег. У меня есть 6 золотых. Мне нужно хотя бы 30. А лучше 40. Опасайтесь врагов с цветными именами. В принципе, опасайтесь врагов. Этот загонщик нагов.
You're the best I trust Vala, my nug-wrangling friend.
Nug-wrangling friend. Пошли. Прогуляемся до
Alistair, what's this?
It's a sock?
It's a filthy sock. How did it find its way to my bedroll?
Maybe it likes you. Socks are sneaky like that. Anyway, it's not mine.
It has your name stitched on it.
Oh, part of Templar training back at the Chantry, the men were always getting their socks mixed up. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll take it from you right now. One of my socks is feeling a little damp anyway. A change would be nice.
You're going to put it on? It's filthy.
And dry. We're not exactly traveling in the lap of luxury here.
What hideous habits you've picked up.
Фу таким быть. Он грязный, зато сухой. Я обожаю здесь диалоги между союзниками. Давайте мы сделаем. Кого мы возьмем?
Vashaden. Yes.
Там засранцы. Интересно, они будут там что-то пиздить? Все же в целом можно на карту, да? Топай, 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 не давай. Я надеюсь, это не засада. О, это магия.
Concentrate, like we practiced. Now, fire!
Fire. Fire. Есть там эмиссар? Или только вожаки какие-то? Вожаки есть. Не, давайте мы вот тут пока постоим. Сейчас они будут бежать.
As you like.
Right then.
Подветрили не зашли. Не зашли вот сюда. Сейвим наших дурачков. Ученик! Ученик, пожалуйста, не умирай. Умер. Или нет? Нет, не умер. Прекратите. Все, минус ученик.
Yes.
Ладно. Прошу воскресить. Дима нет. Мертвая.
Done.
Отстой.
Huh.
If we heed the Master's teachings, we'll be safe.
I'm taking these apprentices to Redcliffe. The first enchanter says you need every able-bodied mage for the war. They're young, but capable enough, as you saw.
Capable enough, только что один умер. Очень capable, блин. Very fucking much. 30 серебряных монет. 30 серебряных монет.
And I'm off.
Мне нужно 40.
Welcome back, friend. Orzammar. Indeed. You have piqued my curiosity. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spellcraft. She will never be able to weave the simplest magic, no matter how hard she tries.
Она это уже знает, но интересно, магия не у нас.
I suppose the circle should be flattered. I see. If she is willing to sacrifice so much for this, then we should feel honored. Tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy. But if she chooses it, then she is welcome here at the Circle. She will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices, when it is appropriate. If only the Circle was in better shape. I feel this will be interesting. She could tell us much about our dwarven neighbors. Yes, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea. I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are starting to look up for the Circle. Thank you. I wish you.
I wish you. I wish you. Wish you I. Давай.
You really killed? I'm
да,
sure you need supplies.
I really killed. Покажи мне, что у тебя есть, чудовище. А склянков-то нет. Пошли обратно. Самар. Топ. Давай, Дагна. Поймали.
Hello, how can I... It's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said. Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Urelden in the 13th century. I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition?
Это не очень нехорошо брать с нее деньги. Очень нехорошо. Я не хочу брать с нее деньги. Мне очень надо.
Of course, a reward. I was just bringing some lyrium in from the storeroom. Will that do? I have either a lyrium rune that can be implanted in any weapon, or some of the serum mages use. Which do you want? Here you go. I hope it's enough to thank you. I'll never forget what you did. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe...
Предметы получены. Руна Двомер Мастера. Приятно. Мы меркантильные.
Well, I'm looking for a new set of mail. At Janar's, we have everything from leather to platinum. Of course.
Что тут есть? Ничего полезного нет. Ничего полезного нет. Ладно. О, фанатичные сторонники Белена.
Браска.
Yes.
Иди сюда. Будем дом труба шатать F5. Все.
Harrowmont has suckered the warden.
Yes.
Balin will not allow it.
Where do I run in fear? Are we going to bed? Going.
Your head will make
Going.
crunching noises.
Going.
Утю-путю-утю-тю. Ты чё меня этот?
Your orders?
Прекрати меня обижать. Алистер. Алистер, пожалуйста, не умирай.
Ready.
Умер. Блин. Ладно.
Immediately. Take that.
Восстань, пожалуйста. Похиль всех.
Joking? Surely.
Что вы, блин, отъезжаете все регулярно?
You're joking. Mom, we must have victory. Yes.
Бля, да уже повесь ты на него эту херню, пусть его бьют.
Going. And I'm off.
В смысле, занимаюсь.
You wish. All right, I'm game.
Move aside.
Oh, time to play.
Time to end their
Let's do this
pathetic
quick,
little
shall we?
existences.
А я не самый последний этот бомж на свете. Что это у нас?
Yes.
Церковь. О, поклонники.
Welcome to what will soon be Orzammar's first chantry. The chant of light will reach all corners of the world. We will never forget who made this possible. I will, see what I can do.
Brother Burkle is such a generous man.
Isn't it wonderful that the chant is being spread here in Orzammar?
Конечно. Это чудесно. Ой, пойдем.
Oh dear. The differences between this side of town and the others is striking.
There's a rich one.
I am here.
We'll get plenty. Once we cut them out of it.
Point me!
Oh no, you don't!
Стойте.
Going.
If it must.
And I'm off.
Let's grab some glory!
We must have the
Run in
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me... You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Now let's see. Which one first?
You will be stopped. It will hurt.
All right.
Что пристало гномам? Ваше беспокойство вполне основано. И там дальше. У каждого камня есть сторона, которую нельзя обтесать, и она должна быть обращена к почве. Нам нужен их так называемый пыльный город, а недопустимо обсуждать, что это на ваших переговорах. Мы целиком и полностью полагаемся на тебя, Капи. Дано ли письмо залито кровью?
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dusttown. Help a poor cripple. You're as kind as you are beautiful. I owe you when I get back on my feet, if my feet still worked. Not many from your parts even bring coin down here, much less share it. You got a vice to fill? Old Nadezda can set you right up. I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin, but you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Never healed proper. You think they shouldn't? You take them fancy clothes and tell the Assembly attacking a castle should be a crime. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dusttown. Know it? I lived it, my friend. And let me tell you, it's worse now than in my day. Jarvia took over the Carta not more than a year ago, and already she's got every duster with both legs bearing swords for her. They do, but it's not easy to find. Jarvia's got real paranoid. She's got Carta members all carrying these fingerbone tokens. She scratches some mark into them so she'll know they came from her. There's doors to her base all over the city, but only one is ever open at a time. And if you show up without a token, you'd never know it was there. Can't help you there, Sal Rocca. The Carter members keep them real tight. But that's worth something, right? Maybe just a little. I'll think of you when I go to bed with a full stomach.
Have you a coin to spare, milady? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I. A question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no! I can't bear to even think of it! My name is Erlenda. I wasn't always like this. I was born to a mining caste family. We weren't wealthy, but I never went hungry before. Now it's all gone, and it's my own fault. Ancestors curse me, but there's nothing I can do to set it right. I fell in love. He seemed so exotic, you know? Tough and smart, and never had to bow his head to anyone. He was casteless, and I know he was just trying to father a higher caste child so he could petition for status. But our child was a son, casteless like his father. My parents disowned me and stripped my caste from me. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him. Yes, I can become casteless with him, which is what I've done. Others have raised children like this, right? Begging for change, sleeping in doorways?
Давай убей ребенка, отнеси его на глубинные тропы.
I heard as much. There was a man speaking on the street, talking about the human religion. He called himself a cleric. Said he could help me. Do you? Perhaps you could talk to him. I wouldn't know what to say. I know nothing of this chantry. You would do that? But why? Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked. I do not think he...
Well, look what we have here. Jarvia said you were looking for trouble. Congratulations. You found it.
Time for more practice.
Ой, friendly fire.
Saving the day.
I shall do so.
Point me!
Don't kill me! Sunny ancestors! What do they teach you on the surface? You fight like a bleeding archdemon. Sweet bloody stone, look at them all!
The base is below the city. You can get to it through the wall of the third house on this row. Put this token through the slot, and it'll open. Well, will you let me go now?
Really? Oh, thank you. You're a good person.
How do they say it? The ancestors have shown their favor. Bless you.
Так, комбатчиком.
What are you looking at, stranger? Oh, I'm the monster, not the castless wretch that filled my daughter with his brat. I've got a family and a reputation to protect. I'm not letting one stupid girl drag us all down. What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone.
Конечно, ты сильнее, чем Виталя.
Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it? Look, just tell her we never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
Huh.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. Both of us? I don't believe he said that. But if this were...
Все, мы сохраняемся в пыльном городе. Я ползу спатоньки, чего я вам желаю. Всем сладких снов, кто спит, планирует или будет. Ну, good night to everyone. For today I'm done. Thank you for being here. Всем пока-пока. Чу-чу.